so nice, and then they just eat such small bowls. So it was intended for everyone. And I was thinking, I'm used to German and American dishes, like one of these boxes intended for one person alone. No, they actually divide it between them. So that's why they only have these small bowls and stay thin and healthy. Yeah, that's the way to go. Konnichiwa, minasan! Today I want to dive a little bit more into the Japanese culture, and with New Year's right around the corner, I want to talk about that, watch that, learn more about that in Japan. And I've got this video here, the ultimate guide to New Year's in Japan from the channel Live Where I'm From. I haven't taking a look deeper into it, but I guess we get to know a little bit more about the New Year's traditions in Japan. I'm curious. I don't know any about them. Maybe just that they go to a shrine. Yeah, that's what I know, and pray and maybe leave some objects there. That's all I know, to be honest, right now, and the rest I think we are going to learn. So let's dive right into the video.
Hello world. The biggest holiday in Japan is New Year's Day, or Oshogatsu. But it's
the
really
biggest
a winter
holiday, okay?
season that starts as Christmas is ending. And let's talk a bit about Christmas in Japan. It's a commercial holiday versus a religious one.
Yeah, we learned about that
Japan,
already.
But it's perhaps 8% or 2% of the population. So Christmas was never a national holiday. And in fact, it's usually the last day of school for kids.
Really? They have, until this day, they have school in Japan? I mean, I know they are really hardcore with all their strict rules and stuff, but that's gruesome as a child to go into school until this day, actually. Christmasu, yeah. And we, as I said, we already learned about that with the KFC buckets and stuff. This was so weird in the videos previous to that. So if you haven't watched that, you'll find the link in the description. Watch that, it's really interesting. But now back to New Year's traditions.
Japanese do celebrate Christmas in certain ways. While homes don't generally decorate with Christmas lights, you will see winter illuminations in several neighborhoods around Tokyo. They're very pretty and romantic. Yes, Christmas.
I like that. I like fairy lights and stuff like that.
Christmas Eve is a day of romantic love, kind of similar to Valentine's Day in the West.
Oh, those trees, so nice. Who's talking?
で、レストランも予約して、でプレゼントも買って、で夜景の見える遊歩道を歩きまして、で夜はまあお決まりのコースを行って。 The usual thing? Like drinking? Okay.
Everyone thinks that Japanese eat KFC for Christmas. Well, it actually is the most popular food associated with Christmas, and many convenience and grocery stores will sell fried chicken for this special day. I personally prefer the tradition of Christmas cakes, which are typically strawberry shortcakes.
We learned about this as well.
My Japanese family tends to order some chicken, sushi, maybe some pizza, and
oh wait, let me see that again. It wasn't vegan, but it looked delicious. Yeah. Is this sushi though? Yeah, I was wondering if it's sashimi, but of course. He says that he has to know he's Japanese. Yeah, sashimi is actually just raw fish without the rice. So sushi is raw fish with rice. So he's right. And pizza, okay, that's pretty Western style. And what's that? Is this dough or some bonbons? Candy? I don't know. Yeah, I don't like this meat stuff, but looks like mozzarella. Okay, pizza. Well, isn't that Japanese?
Pizza and Christmas cake for dessert.
Oh, this looks so delicious. Wait. Let me look at that again.
Some pizza and Christmas cake for...
Oh, I could just lie myself right into that. Oh my god. This is delicious. And is this all chocolate? Is this all eatable? Or is this just decoration because it looks so yummy? Yeah, well, probably not vegan though.
For
I
dessert,
like this tradition
I've
still.
recently taken to roasting a whole chicken in our microwave convection oven.
Yeah, it's more like what we do. As I said in the video before, we, or my family at least, we cook duck with some spices and stuff. That's more the Western style, I think. Amen. Cute.
December 25th.
Oh, so
is also
pretty, so pretty. Nengajo, yay, New Year's cards. So that's what they look in reality. I've actually done some gachos this year as well, and the year before I started doing this tradition as well for my members at my S art school. They all received the card I handmade. Yeah, I printed and hot foiled with some green foiling this time, because the next year is the year of the snake, Hebi. It's called, but it's all about good wishes and good luck and stuff. Nice. Cool that we dig into that as well.
the deadline for mailing out New Year's cards, which are called Nengajo. My father-in-law wrote about 50 this year, but in the past, my wife remembers him writing 200 or more. You send Nengajo to
and I was already stressed about writing like 20 or 30, no 30, more like 30 cards, and he writes about 50 to up to 200. Oh my god, I can so relate. This was such a hassle. It was nice. I had my pleasure, and of course I like to do it, but it was really effort, okay? So props to him doing that.
Family and friends, but also co-workers, customers, teachers, and neighbors. So lots of cards. You can buy postage-paid cards at many places, but you can also print your own custom ones at home.
Such a cool tradition. We should do that as well. Yeah, it takes a lot of time. And I hand-signed all the addresses as well. They look so pretty. It's so nice, these designs.
Every year.
Nenmatsu Janbo Takarakuchi year-end jumbo lottery. Okay, now we're getting into gambling.
An incredible amount of tickets will be purchased for the year-end jumbo lottery, which is the biggest lottery of the year. You might be curious as to the big line, especially since they're on sale for a whole month. The Nishi-Ginza Chance Center is known for having many past winners who purchased their tickets there, so many superstitious gamblers line up. This is despite the fact that no matter where you buy, you technically have an equal chance of winning.
Yeah, it's really crazy. I didn't think this would get this big a lottery tradition. Okay, no, we don't have this here in Germany. At least what I know, where I'm from, the two parts in Germany I know, or where I've been living, in Baden-Württemberg and Sachsen. Yeah, no, we don't do lottery, or at least not as a tradition around Christmas. I'm actually not into that at all. You lose your money. It's not worth the risk. Better invest it in yourself or some other assets, but not that. This makes no sense. Bonen Kai. Forget the year party. Okay, and they party hard apparently. I mean, they work hard. They should party hard. Let's see.
A Bonenkai is a drinking party that's thrown to forget the hardships of the year. It's kind of similar to an office holiday party in Canada, but there are a few differences. The parties are usually held at a restaurant or izakaya, but if a company is trying to save on costs, they may be held at the office.
Oh,
the party
okay.
is for staff only. No significant others are invited. There are no secret Santas or gifts to worry about. However, attending employees will usually pitch in for the costs of the party, although sometimes the company will pay.
So it's more like an office party.
I decided that we'd be such a company. So to tick off two things from my bucket list at once, I had our first bonenkai on a yakatabune, a kind of party boat that I've never sailed on before. It was only my sister-in-law.
This looks
Ako,
cool.
and I.
Wait a second. I want to get a glimpse of this interior. It looks so nice from the outside already. So you've got these tables and some boards between them to separate the tables, get some more privacy. I always love how they get several small dishes in these bowls and you can then pick your favorites or just mix them. I love this kind of eating style, like a buffet. This is more my style. I like that. That is nice. Then you've got a screen here, these nice lights. It's pretty, I have to be honest, it's pretty weird with those separations. Yeah, it works, I guess. And of course, sitting on the floor. I like that actually. I always sit in weird positions or on the floor. Yeah, I can relate to that. So I think Japanese sitting style is more, I could get used to that pretty quickly, I guess. It's like another world, isn't it? So cool though.
That I've never
Can't wait to get to Japan myself. I guess next year or after the year 2025 or 26. I'm definitely going to Japan. Okay, it's happening. I just want to get my GLPT N4 out of the way first, and then I'm off. I'm off to Asia.
It was only my sister-in-law.
All those bowls. I have to take a closer look. Nice.
Ako and I. But it was fun cruising through the waterways of Tokyo at night.
Kanpai! Prost!
Bonenkai is not only for companies though. Groups of people will often throw them, whether it's a bunch of friends or a sports club.
Okay, so it's not only office related. Osoji. Osoji. Wait, what? I only got the Japanese word Osoji, the big clean. Yeah, we do that here in Germany as well. Going back to the office party, since I'm self-employed, I don't have a staff, so I don't do this obviously. But in general, yeah, we've got Christmas parties as well here. If you're a regular employee, yes, we've got that, but not during. Here it's called Sylvester. It's right before New Year's. We don't have a party like that. It's mostly before Christmas if we do something like that, because Christmas on its own, it's just too stressful. We always do it, or almost always do it before that, like the 21st or something. Yeah, more like that. And we also do the big cleaning, but not during this time actually. We do it afterwards in the spring, like in February, March. This is where we do the big clean of our houses. I guess this is where he's going here.
こうやって取ります。恥ずかしい。
Wait, you've used it. It's okay.
1ヶ月ぐらい
It's the filter or something.
取り外すといいんですけど。
Yeah, we all could have done so
Another
much
thing
more.
to take care of before the year is over is the big clean of the year. I'll let our resident Shinto expert, Chato-san, explain.
Osoji is the custom of cleaning the entire house very thoroughly at the end of the old year in preparation for the new year. Now, in Shinto, from the very earliest days, there was a custom of performing a great purification ceremony at the end of the year called...
It's so clean though! What the hell? What do you have to clean here? I was expecting way more bugs and dirt, because I actually have a similar lamp and I do clean it once a month. And it's so dirty. I don't know how it gets like that, but there are always some bugs and stuff inside when I clean it. And that's such a big lamp screen, and it's just some dust specks and stuff. It's nothing. Come on, it's clean.
And that probably has a connection to this custom because physical cleanliness is an important part of Shinto purification.
今日は年に一度の大掃除です。大掃除はだいたい家族揃ってみんなでやることが多いです。
Oh, it's nice that they all do it together.
普段できないような換気扇の中とか電気の傘とか
Yeah, as I said, we do that as well, just not in this order, not at the end of the year when it's already so stressful. Now he's talking about okatsari, decorations. Okay. Yeah, I've already seen those when I did my research on my Nengajo. There, I already saw those things. I don't know what they are yet. Let's see.
These homes don't usually have Christmas decorations. They tend to have okazari, which are decorations they place outside the house during New Year's.
Yeah, on the door especially.
It a pine tree decoration to mark a house and make it easy for Toshigami to find. Toshigami is one of many Shinto kami. Kami often get translated as God.
Kami, God, right? Yeah, it's one of the gods.
But it's closer to a deity. So Toshigami is the deity of the year, and Kadomatsu will allow you to welcome him in so he can bestow good fortune upon you. A fancier Kadomatsu will look like this, with bamboo, pine boughs, and perhaps plum blossoms, while a simpler one might only...
I love how they're using such natural materials. I like that. I like how Japan is so modern, but still keeps all its traditions and its natural materials. It's something, yeah, when you see the buildings and the shrines, and I'm not sure how it's in Tokyo. I guess there are some, or yeah, the majority is some complex, modern, clean buildings, but from what I've seen, they still kept old buildings, old architecture and stuff. And that's what I like about it. Here in Germany, we lose all of our history. History, it's a little bit difficult to talk about it here in Germany, but do you know what I mean with our architecture, our style, actually, our German style, let's say it like that. I hate it that we are slowly losing that and replacing it with, I don't know, emotionless, cold architecture, which not only looks bad, it also doesn't function as it's supposed to be, so it doesn't even function, which should be the advantage of that. Yeah, but it looks also terrible, so cold, so lifeless. I hate that. Everywhere are just such cubes rising up, and all the lovely architecture is slowly dying and fading away. I hate that. And this is what I like about Japan, because they, at least in some parts, they keep that. And even for the decorations, they don't use so much plastic. They use natural materials, plants, wood, paper. I like that. I like the feel of that. It feels different. It feels better.
Only be a single pine bow.
I do that even if I wasn't religious, and I am not, so it looks nice.
And are used to ward off evil spirits.
Nenshi no sugoshikata. How to spend the new year. Nenshi no, okay, sugoshita. Use up. Okay. I don't remember the kanji now that way. I know this is year. And yeah, this is Hajime, so start the new year. Yeah, I just always try to use the opportunities I get to learn kanji as well.
On the first 3 days of
and
the
the way,
year,
of course, kata. Yeah, let's go back. Sorry about that.
On the first 3 days of the new year, people aren't supposed to work, so meals are prepared in advance. The original reason was that you're inviting kami into your home, and if you're loudly working, they can't relax. Another reason not to work was that if you start off the year busy and working, you'll spend the rest of the year busy and working. So on top of not cooking, you're not supposed to do household chores like laundry and cleaning. And also,
so what are you doing?
Knives, because it'll cut your luck. Basically,
they are pretty superstitious, aren't they? Like going to a special place just to get your lottery ticket, the special one, which of course brings you all the fortune you asked for. Yeah, Mount Fuji, nice. And then again, not working. I mean, I like the attitude. They should keep it up during the rest of the year, though. They are working themselves to death. I already watched a documentation about that. There was a special word, I don't remember, but which refers to this working style, working till death, literally. Japanese culture is pretty bad in this regard. But yeah, these first 3 days, they are actually resting. This is a nice tradition. We have that as well. Yeah, the first, or at least I can only speak about myself. As I said, I'm not a regular employee, I'm self-employed, so technically I'm working all the time. But my schoolwork, so when I teach, only starts in the second or third week sometimes of January only. So I work currently during or on Thursdays and Fridays. So I guess in the second week of January I will start my regular work, but my self-employed work way before then, I guess probably on the first day already. Yeah, well, the perks of being self-employed.
Anything. Practically speaking, even if people are mostly not cooking once the new year hits, they are assembling dishes and washing them afterwards, so it's not exactly a time of complete rest. And all the preparation for relaxing on the first 3 days, in fact, takes a lot of work beforehand. Since most shops are closed over the first, second...
This is such a modern statement. Taking the time to rest takes a lot of work beforehand. I can relate.
And third, it's really busy at the supermarket. Since most shops are closed over the first, second, and third, it's really busy at the supermarket. And because meal prep can take a long time, it can start as early as the 29th.
Okay.
Osechi-Ryori, traditional Japanese New Year's food, is served as the first meal on New Year's Day and is considered the most important meal of the year.
I like these boxes, so fancy.
Meaning, and there are lucky and unlucky numbers and colors.
Yeah, 4 for example is, yeah, just was going to say that.
So it can get complicated arranging everything. That's on top of the fact.
Oh my god, if you always have to work around that, I mean, isn't she putting 4 different dishes? Or does this count as another as well? Because otherwise this would be 4. Yeah, if you have to count your meal as or parts of the meal as well, yeah, you make it more complicated than it has to be actually. And I'm not able to eat with chopsticks yet at least.
And by younger, I'll include my sister-in-law Ako, who's in her 40s, have never prepared it in their lives. Also, different regions of Japan will have their own versions.
What is
that? And there
that?
are now Western or non-Japanese versions of osechi, so I don't think you could say that there's a single way to do it.
I like
there are
this
a
finger
lot of dishes
food.
and traditions, so that's why Ako is using articles on the internet to help arrange the osechi boxes.
Looks like a lot of work.
おせちはさ、いつもお母さんが詰めてたし、注文したりしてたから自分であんまり詰めたことなかったんだよね。
これがさ、基本にされても困っちゃうんだよな。
でさ、おせ
So
ちがさ
much.
ビデオに出ちゃうから間違った詰め方をしちゃいけないと思ってネットで調べてやってたんだよ。
They're always so humble and hardworking.
赤白。
What is that though? Was this mochi or something? I don't know any of the dishes right now. I'd like to taste that. Red and white?
おせちがさビデオに出ちゃうから間違った詰め方をしちゃいけないと思って
Can't read it right now what it is.
赤白。
赤白、赤。Yeah,
でもおせちだけじゃなくて本当に年末年始ってやることがたくさんあるじゃん。
Yeah, as I said, you have so many traditions. Why add another one, especially with the cleaning? I think it's better here that we do that in the spring and not also during this time. I bet they are stressed out with all the things they are doing, and we don't even have that with some people are religious. They go to church, of course. I'm not, so I have a little bit of buffer there. But they have so many traditions also with the shrines. I think we are going to get to this still, but yeah, no wonder they're stressed out.
やらないとダメっていうわけじゃないけど、なんかやらないと罰が当たるような気がするんだよね。で、お母さん
Yeah, you
た
don't
ち
feel
が昔から
pressured,
やっ
yet
て
you
るから
do
やら
feel
ないとダメ
pressured
みたい
due
な
to
のがあ
the
るよね。
kami.
でもさ、そういう日本の行事も子供たちに受け継いで
Keep
いか
up
ないといけ
traditions.
ないんだよね。
Yep.
なんかやらなきゃいけない行事がいっぱいない日本の正月って。
今言ったことほとんど
Wow.
お母さんとさんやってないからさ。
Also, does she only do it once, or does she do one box for every family member? Because then it would be also just so much more effort. This is a lot of effort alone. So, wow. And I like the look of these boxes. Everything's just so So pretty in Japan. Nice. I wouldn't eat much of it though, because shrimps and fish and non-vegan stuff. I really have to watch a video about vegan Japanese food still, but yeah, this one looks more like it with a lot of vegetables, but yeah, I don't think I'd eat that. I'm still curious, what are these akashiro, these red or pink and white slices? Looks interesting, like some kind of mochi, but I don't think in combination with that this is something sweet. Maybe it looked a little bit like Maultaschen. Here in Germany, I don't know the English word, but yeah, I'm not sure. Is this asparagus? I'd eat that, I like that.
Preparations for Osechi-Ryori continue into O-misoka, which is the name given for New Year's Eve. And after all the prep is done, the desire to make something for the
What again? Sorry. Misoka.
Preparation for Osechi-Ryori continue into O-misoka, which is the name given for New Year's Eve.
New Year's Eve, okay.
The desire to make something for the final meal of the year must be quite low. Perhaps that's why it's traditionally a simple dish called toshi-koshi soba.
Soba noodles.
The kanji means year-crossing soba. Soba noodles are thin and long. So there's a saying, hosoku nagaku ikiru, which literally means thin and long life. A long life translates well, but what's a thin life? The best I can come up with is that it's a peaceful, uneventful, and healthy life.
It's a humble life.
The opposite of having a short, extravagant life.
Like that. They have,
despite what I just
in many regards, not in everything, as I said, but they have some morals and some traditions and their mindset in general, which I really like. And I like the design and this finger food, almost like these small bowls. No wonder they are not as fat as like Americans or even some of us Germans. They always have such small meals only, like many parts, but then they only eat pieces here and there. Very healthy. It all looks very healthy. I don't know what everything is. We have some sushi here, fruits of course, and some snacks I see here, okay. But all in all, it looks always so healthy. So no wonder they are one of the longest and happiest not, maybe in Okinawa, but not in main Japan. Some of the longest living people here on Earth. It's no wonder.
Some people like to eat a bit more than soba for their final meal of the year.
Kanpai! The dog joins in. Nice. Have to check again. I'm currently not sure the definition of New Year's Eve. Sorry, I have to check it again. Okay, so New Year's Eve was right the day before New Year. Okay, then I remembered correctly. I wasn't sure about that. Of course, here in Germany we say Silvester, so it's that day. And we actually do something similar. It's the day, actually this and Christmas, where we go all out on food. Actually more on Christmas, but during Sylvester we also prepare these small bowls or even raclette, yeah, and grill some cheese and stuff. It's pretty, a lot of effort goes into that as well, so it's not like they do with small preparation during that time. No, we are the opposite, but we also gather around with family and friends mostly, and then, well, at least our family, we watch some TV until the clock strikes 12 or the new year begins, and then celebrate. But yeah, this is a little bit similar. You suck. Yeah, Japanese people are big on karaoke.
Something that's usually playing in the background is the NHK TV program Kohaku Utagasen. It literally means red and white song battle. Women represent the red team, while men represent the white team, and the audience votes for their favorite performances. If you're wondering
so
about the
they're
red and
not
white
singing
colors,
themselves?
there's a lot of usage of them in Japanese life.
I thought they were going to
In
do
Japanese,
karaoke.
Aka is red, and Aka-chan is a baby, so red represents birth. White is death, so red and white represents life. You'll see.
This is interesting. I didn't knew that yet. White is death, red is life. Okay, cool. It's like the yin and yang in colors. And yeah, the yin and yang... No, it's black and white, as I know it. But isn't there a red and white version as well? Yeah, nice. I learned something new. Let's repeat. I want to hear it again.
Usage of them in Japanese life.
And
In
Aka-chan,
Japanese,
baby, yes.
Aka is red, and Aka-chan is a baby, so red represents birth. White is death.
Birth.
So
Yeah,
red
not
and white
life.
represents life.
Birth
see
and
the colors
death
that graduate-
makes life together. Yes, okay. Ooh. Birth and death. Together they form life. This is so cool. I love such small details.
Represents life. You'll see the colors at graduation and entrance ceremonies, on sports days, on ribbons for gifts.
And on the Japanese flag as well. I mean, it's more representing the sun, red sun. But there's again this combination of red and white, birth and death, as we learned. Though the death part makes up more space than birth. Kinda worrying.
And with Osechi-Ryori.
Yeah, he still didn't say what it was, this dish.
ワイドにするからみんなの動きを止めるよね。
Japanese version of the song, nice.
そうこう顔も向こう向いて。
Und sag, lebe wohl.
もうちょっと
Yeah, I know this song. We have that in German as well. The German version. Arigato!
Even the music
Gozaimasu.
competition, Kohaku Utagassen, stops broadcasting at 11:45 p.m. to hear the bell ringing. Joya no Kane means New Year's bell, and you'll hear bells ringing at temples around the nation.
So we're getting into the shrine part now.
The bell is rung 107 times on New Year's Eve, and once more when the new year
What?
arrives. for a
How
total-
many times?
Bell is rung 107 times on New Year's Eve,
107 times! My god! That's a lot. Okay. Poor guy who has to do that.
and once more when the new year arrives for a total of 108 times.
Why
In
though?
Buddhism, 108 is the number of worldly desires, so the ringing of the bell will cleanse you of them and let you start fresh in the new year.
108. This is so random. This is the number of material world, okay? Okay. He really went all in.
At many temples, regular people are allowed to ring the bell, but make sure to show up early, as there are limited spots. Unlike New Year's in Canada, Omisoka is more similar to Christmas Eve, where it's more of a quiet evening with the family than a party night out with friends, although young adults do tend to hang with their friends at some point.
Yeah, I was just going to say it differs, of course, which age group you belong to, but Silvester can be both here in Germany at least. I had my times when I celebrated it with my family, and I'm going to do this as well this year around. Gonna enjoy the last few years I get with my parents, I guess. And it's usually quiet. We play some games and watch TV during that, and at midnight we watch the others doing their fireworks. We don't participate in that. We have animals and they don't like that. No, it's pretty stressful for all these animals. I'm always having a hard time seeing them. We try to protect them from all the noises and stuff, but they really get scared the shit out because of all this stuff. Yeah, so we don't do this, but it's actually quite common still, fireworks here in Germany. So there has been passed a law, if I remember correctly, or is it still there, that you're not allowed to... No, it was... I don't remember correctly, but yeah, we don't do it anyway. Yeah, this is one side, but also I have been partying with people, and let me tell you, it's not like some friendly it is, but it's not some calm hanging around each other and just celebrating calmly. No. It's like, I guess, more comparable to their Christmas office parties. As they said, they go all out there. This is more like that. Like, we get pretty drunken most of the time. I don't drink anymore. I don't drink alcohol anymore, but I used to. And when I did, yeah, I went all out. So this is actually the biggest, I'd say, the biggest day for partying all year around here in Germany. It gets pretty intense, especially if you take a look, maybe you've seen it here in Berlin. I don't know what they are doing. They are like separate Germans. I don't, let me tell you, I don't belong to these kind of people. Berlin people, they are a special kind of Germans, okay? So they are doing some pretty interesting, confusing stuff during this time. I wouldn't want to be there during Berlin if you don't want to get arrested, injured, or just straight up confused or disgusted or creeped out for life. It's really heavy here. Really big party time here in Germany. What happens if you counted the wrong way? If you do more than 108? Akemashite omedetou! Yeah. Happy New Year! Soon. Oh. Do they have firework as well? Do they have this? Doesn't seem so. Better for the environment, I guess, and the animals.
Smartphones will start buzzing with message alerts, with people wishing a Happy New Year.
I always ignore that, or write some things to my family, but nothing else. It can wait till the next day.
There's an incredible throng of people, but they're not lining up to ring the bell. Rather, they're in line for Hatsumode.
Hatsumode.
Hatsumode, the first... No, don't tell. I think I know that. The first visit of a shrine in Japan, Hatsumode. I learned this word in my studies. Let's see if it's like that.
Hatsumode is the first visit of the year to a Shinto jinja or Buddhist temple. People typically pray for a good year, draw a fortune to see what it will be like, and make
They've got so much on their schedule.
This doesn't change whether you go to a jinja or a temple. Records of Hatsumode go back about 800 years. These days, about 80% of Japanese people do it. The custom is to do it sometime in the first 3 days of the new year, although one response to the pandemic has been to ask people to spread it out a bit. In the past few decades, it has become common for people to line up at a jinja or temple before midnight, so they can do Hatsumode as early as possible in the new year. This is quite a new custom that has only really become common
so disciplined
within living memory.
It's interesting to see the difference at this Buddhist temple I was filming at versus the Shinto shrine that Chato-san was at.
It's more crowded. I was just going to say they're so disciplined and also well behaved, lining up like that, and here it's just a complete mess. Okay, I take it back. This poor guy. Nobody's listening. Hatsuhinode. Hatsuhinode, yeah. Come on, you look pretty.
Every year, my sister-in-law's in-laws awake early in the morning to catch the first sunrise, which is called Hatsumode. In 2022, this was at 6:50 a.m.
We should do this too, definitely. We don't do this here. We usually sleep in until the next day to at least 10 o'clock in the morning or even to midday. Yeah, we don't have that. And I think it's actually, do they drink sake? Surely they do during New Year's Eve, do they? Well, because it's way easier if you don't, of course, getting up in the morning. But as I said, we're used to drinking a lot during New Year's Eve. So yeah, you don't get up this early during New Year. That's nice though. I think I'm going to do that since I don't drink alcohol anymore. What was it called? Nengajo? Something like that. It was, yeah, it's a nice tradition. I think I'm going to replicate that as well as the Christmas cake. It's like a Ghibli movie. It's so nice.
It wasn't okay. The time-lapse was ruined. But it does let us talk more about Hatsu, as in firsts. That was Hatsumisu, first mistake of the year.
Hatsumisu. That's cool.
初怒りとかさ、
お母さんが言ってるだけでも全部に初つけてこそって言ってくるの私に。
お母さんはよくやってるよね。
全部に
初トイレとか。
明けましておめでとう。元旦。
The very first dish you'll eat is likely to be ozoni, which is mochi in a soup. Unlike the rest of Osechi-Ryori, it's acceptable to cook this simple dish using the stove.
Such small portions.
仏壇にもお雑煮をお供えします。
Osechi-Ryori is served in special boxes called jubako that look a lot like bento
Jubako.
boxes.
Okay, that's what they had. What they prepared before. Okay. Ah, yeah, because they weren't allowed to cook, so they did it beforehand. Okay, I get it. Yeah, I remember. So nice. And then they just eat such small bowls. So it was intended for everyone. And I was thinking, I'm used to German and American dishes, like one of these boxes intended for one person alone. No, they actually divided between them. So that's why they only have these small bowls and stay thin and healthy. Yeah, that's the way to go.
Each dish has a special meaning, which is too much to get into. But suffice it to say that after eating them, you'll have a long, joyous, prosperous year full of good health and fortune.
They're so superstitious.
Perhaps it's a bit like medicine, because I think it's rare to find Japanese who in fact enjoy all of the dishes. My wife personally dislikes tazukuri, which are dried sardines cooked in soy sauce.
Ooh.
I'm not a fan of datemaki, which is tamagoyaki mixed with fish paste or mashed shrimp. I love tamagoyaki.
Yeah, unfortunately they put fish into everything. I can't eat, or I don't want to eat that anymore. Yeah, not so much for me, unfortunately.
Mashed up seafood mixed in. An easy dish that is usually cooked at home is nimono, which is a mix of vegetables simmered in soy sauce and sake. Nowadays,
this I could eat.
It's very rare to see anyone home cook all of the dishes. Even home cooking half of the dishes would be something. Many items can be store-bought, and as it happens, you can even buy the whole set of Osechi-Ryori from stores.
This looks so yummy though, just being able to try everything, these small dishes. I love this, like miniature eating, you can try out so much stuff. If they had a vegan version though. And this thing here, it's done with so much care. I love that. Nice.
And as it happens, you can even buy the whole set of Osechi-Ryori from stores. I can understand why mothers don't like cooking it, and it is mostly mothers that are doing this. Because
it's really much effort to do that.
1, 2, or 3 days preparing dishes that most won't like.
Otoshidama. Ah, gifts. Ah, yeah, we didn't discuss this. So Japan people don't celebrate Christmas in a way that you gift people, that you're not exchanging presents. You do this during New Year? Did I get this correctly? This is interesting. We don't do any presents on New Year. On New Year, actually New Year is so uneventful. Everyone's just sleeping and relaxing, trying to get off their hangover. Yeah, no, we don't have that.
During the morning gathering with family is when kids will get their New Year's money, otoshidama.
Ooh,
Traditionally, Christmas
money.
presents are not a thing, although in recent times, some families give them out. Instead,
he just said it, so Christmas presents aren't a thing, okay? But they get money. This would be considered really lame here, actually. Like, my parents or everyone in general always makes the effort to buy or either buy something physical, trying to match someone's interests, or create something. I like to do this personally as an artist, obviously, as a present for my family and friends. But money is considered a really, really, how to say, not boring. It is boring, but not much thought put into it like that. Not much thought and effort. It's lazy. That's what I was saying. The lazy way. You can do it, but we don't have this tradition of getting money. Some do, but as I said, it's the lazy way to get or give presents here.
the big prize are the envelopes that are handed out by parents, grandparents,
So cute.
aunts, and uncles. The amount of money given depends on the family and age of kid, but it generally starts at a single 1,000 yen bill for the youngest and can go up to 10,000 yen or more for the oldest.
How much is this again? Wait, what did he say? 10,000 yen?
For the youngest and can go up to 10,000 yen or more for
I have to check it again. How much was the 10,000 yen? It's not that much, actually. I thought it was more. It's like 62 euro currently for 10,000 yen, and 1,000 would be then like 6, I guess. Why doesn't it update yet? 6, yeah. So 6 up to 62 euros. It's actually quite, well, not that much. Okay. I thought it would be more, but I'm not into it yet. I don't have the yen to euro or dollar exchange nailed down right now. I think I'm still having to look it up in the future, but yeah, I expected more actually. It always sounds so much like 10,000 yen and then like 60. Okay.
For the oldest.
3人もいたらね、もらう方が多くなっちゃうから、子供がいない人はあげる一方だからさ。
じゃあそのお年玉の調整も難しいよね。
談合だ。何年まではいくらとか。
Well, if you have to give it to everyone, then it adds up, certainly.
そのお金で何を買おうかと欲しいものリストとにらめっこをしながら計
And
算
I
するの
love how much effort they put into the cards itself. So that's not lazy, okay? They don't just hand over the money, but it's always so nice with their manga scribblings and yeah, just the design of all this stuff. It's always so nice. I like the aesthetic. It's so
楽
nice.
しみでした。しかしながら貯金しておくからという母親の言葉を信じ、ほぼ全額渡していたので、自分の買いたかったものは
Mickey Mouse.
一つぐらい買えただけでした。
Once Osechi-Ryori is done, it's mostly a quiet day. Most people don't do
Don't they
Hatsumode.
do they also have the problem of not having snow around Christmas and New Year's Eve? Like we do. We used to have snow here in Germany during winter and especially Christmas and New Year's Eve. Like a lot of snow in the past. Like you can't find your car, that much snow. But nowadays we are lucky to even see it snowing. It's really climate change affecting it pretty much. But is it like that? Or has it always been like that in Japan as well? Or is this a recent thing, or only here in the video in this example?
Hatsumode at night, so there will be long lineups at the local shrine or temple to get that first visit in.
Hatsumode.
But there are people
Whoa.
who are hard at work, like the mail carriers that are furiously gearing up for the biggest delivery day of the year.
Nengajo, right? Darn, it's like a video game. Come on, who comes in first and delivers all their letters? Ah, here we have it snowing. Okay, poor
What's
guys.
special about Nengajo, the New Year's
Nengajo.
cards, is that they're all held for delivery until Gantan, which is what New Year's Day is called.
Okay.
When my wife was little, she would eagerly await the sound of the motorbike and the mailbox.
That's
flap.
cool.
It would always come by lunch.
They are pretty fast if they are able to do that. I mean, they already send it out earlier. It makes sense, but yeah, I always try to send them out here. I try to say I don't do the traditional Nengajo, what I said before. I sent them out as Christmas/New Year's cards, so I sent them out earlier at the beginning of Christmas actually, so wishing a happy Christmas time and then also a happy New Year in the sign of the snake this time. Yeah, but they actually only receive it at the Gantan, the New Year. Okay, cool. That's nice.
And upon receipt, it's time to do a bit of work, as you write back to all the people that gave
Okay,
you the card,
yeah.
but you didn't send one too. If you receive a card after the first, it's either because the sender didn't get it to the post office on time, but also perhaps because the sender wasn't going to write to you, but they got your card and was obligated to give you one back.
So either way, you're screwed. Okay.
New Year's
Lottery?
Day is also when the draw for the year-end jumbo lottery occurs. So my mother-in-law was excitedly checking all her numbers.
And how much did you invest? Yeah, thought so. Oh. Yeah, tell me, how much did you invest though? What's the difference?
Another first,
calligraphy.
which generally happens on the second day of the year, is kakizome,
She's writing
which is the first calligraphy of the year. Teachers will often assign kids to do kakizome over Oshogatsu. And the kids will know how, since all kids learn shodo, calligraphy, in elementary school.
This is so cool. I wish we had this
If you
too.
watch TV, you'll often see school kids participating in large kakizome events.
So pretty.
めんどくさいなって
Key?
冬休みの宿題だから大変なのだから学校で書く分には授業だからいいんだけど家で書くと床汚れるから新聞引いたりとか筆洗わなきゃいけないとかすごい服汚れたくないから
So cool.
したくないしみたいなそれ結構そういうの気使ってたタイプだからめっちゃめんどくさいなと思ったし
Oh wait, I know the kanji, but I don't know them in this combination. This is like origin, key, feeling. Na, is this a particle? And ko. Is this like New Year's child or something? I don't know. Or genki? No, this wasn't the kanji combination for that. I still have to learn a lot of kanji. Mostly if you tell me the how it's written in hiragana, then I understand what it's meaning. But if I only have the kanji, I don't understand so much yet, unfortunately. I know this is the kanji for child, and this is like ki and origin and stuff, but the combination is yet another thing. Also, you have like onyomi and kunyomi. You have several different readings as well for one particular kanji, so it's just a whole mess. I don't know how they learn this so fast. I mean, they're surrounded by it all the time, these Japanese children, but it's a lot of work to learn all of these kanji, really. And then writing it, but writing is a lot of fun. I like that. Though that's the least skill you need, actually. I mean, except for writing Nengajo cards, obviously, but most of the time you just type in your words nowadays, so it's not that important, I guess, anymore, but it's a nice tradition, and it's more like, yeah, hand lettering, actually, which I also like pretty much. So cool. Ah, yeah, I was wondering when they come up with that. What was it called? The Omamori. Amulets, talismans, good luck, charms. Yes.
For those who didn't visit a shrine or temple in the first day or two, it's a lot less busy. This is a calmer time to do Hatsumode. It's also a good time to re-up on your lucky amulets and talismans.
Maya.
This is
Ceremony
Daruma. You draw one eye on him at the beginning of the year, and if something good happens during the year, you can fill out the other eye.
Ah, so that's what these figures are for. Let me hear it again.
Amulets and talismans. This is Daruma. You draw one eye on
Daruma.
at the beginning of the year, and if something good happens during the year, you can fill out the other eye.
This is so cool. I have to do this as well.
There are also ofura and omamori. They are pieces of paper that are said to be imbued with the power of kami or Buddhist figures.
Of course.
After you've bought your new amulets and talismans, it's time to turn in your previous years.
But can't you
Temples and shrines
reuse
will have
them?
collection areas.
Daruma. Okay.
じゃあちょっと気持ちです。
But
はい
it had already
They will hold
filled
a
in
burning
the
ceremony
eyes.
called
Weren't you
Otakiaki.
supposed to color in the eyes just once when something lucky happens? Or as it appears, as it seems, you can already buy them filled in as well. Okay. But I like this tradition. It's artsy.
じゃあちょっと気持ちです。はい。
They will hold a burning ceremony called Otakiage, which will return the sacred bodies of the kami and Buddha figures that were inside.
They have so many
While I tried to be
traditions.
as comprehensive as possible, covering all the events around the biggest holiday season in Japan, Oshogatsu, I'm sure there are events or items I didn't cover, and maybe different regions around Japan don't
This
do
is
it like
already
I should,
much.
or I got some things wrong. But I hope it gives you a bit of insight into what goes on.
Definitely.
ケンタッキーはでもクリスマスに自分では買ったことないよね。でも人ん家に行ったらパーティーバーレルがそうよお呼ば
Yeah,
れ
they're talking
して
about KFC here.
パーティーバーレルがあってなんかちょっと何これと
違う私ね相槌ごめん相槌打ちたいんだけどこれ音声を編集したいからごめん黙ってるからさちょっと一回喋ってからうんって言うね。
Oh.
Thanks for watching. See you next time. Peace. What's New Year's like where you're from?
Yeah, I already told that, and no,
相槌打ちたいんだけ
don't.
ど
Let's put it somewhere, maybe here with the calligraphy. This was nice. Yeah, so these were the most important, I guess, most important traditions Japanese people celebrate during New Year's Eve, and a little bit of Christmas also. What the hell? That's a lot, actually. As I said, we don't have so many traditions. The traditions we have, we go all out, like drinking on or during Sylvester, New Year's Eve, but we don't have so many religious traditions. I can only speak for myself, of course. I'm not religious, I'm not a Christian. So Christians have more traditions here in Germany as well, like, as I said, going to church and maybe even singing there at the market. I don't know what they do. I'm not religious and surrounded by non-religious people, so yeah. This is one thing we do, but other than that, Christmas is the biggest thing for us. We don't do so much. We don't do food prep for New Year. We just do a lot of food prep directly before Christmas, on Christmas, and during Sylvester. I always keep saying Sylvester, it's called New Year's Eve. Yeah, that's when we go all out with our food as well. But other than that, and maybe this one, I'm not sure if I talked about it yet, but actually we celebrate Christmas on the 24th, not the 25th. Even if we are not religious, I know this is kind of hypocritical, but we made it our own tradition, I guess, and many German families who are not religious do as well. So yeah, it's not only connected to Christians. This, and we give out presents during Christmas, on Heiligabend it's called here. We don't give money on New Year. During New Year we just try to get back, try to get healthy again, relax, and get the hangover out of our system. Even if you're not drunk, it's just we stay up so late and we are sleepy and tired the next day. Yeah. New Year is pretty uneventful, as I said. And many people actually do fireworks during New Year's Eve. I don't drink alcohol, so I'm a little bit off the standard, I guess. I'm a little bit different, but And also with the region stuff, I don't eat the traditional food we serve here in Germany. As I said, with meat like duck during Christmas and raclette during New Year's Eve. But other than that, it's pretty uneventful. We don't have so many traditions like you guys have, apparently, in Japan. But I like these, especially... yeah, the decorations, as I said, with the material, you have these natural materials, the shrines, and even if I'm not religious, I would love to go to a shrine and pray there. I know it's kind of hypocritical, but I like these traditions. It's so... it's a kind of celebrating or not only praying to God, but also caring for yourself, taking the time to do something like that. It's nice. Also the lights, I love shows like that. So I could see myself here. I love this so much. KFC, not so much. Christmas cake, yes, definitely. Nengajo, as I said, I already kinda integrated into my life. Yes, I don't do lottery, no. Shrine I don't go to, but I would like to, as I said. We don't have woks and such fancy dishes, no. Just raclette. Put anything onto the grill and some cheese, slap some cheese on it, and it's done. We don't do so much preparation, no. This is way overboard for us. We do TV, yes. We watch TV during New Year's Eve. We don't do bell ringing. We just do fireworks and coma drinking, I guess. The first sunrise, this is what I was going to say. Yes, I think I'm going to include this in my life as well. I think it's just a nice meditative way of starting the new year, especially if you're not drunken. And make the most of the new date and the new year. I really like that, actually. Hatsumisu. I loved how they went all out like, we have a mission. We are in a video game now. I have to level up and send out all these, or a side quest. I have to send out all these letters in time. Hard workers indeed. Yeah, replying to Nengajo. This is nice. And calligraphy. And the Daruma I learned. This is really interesting. Yeah, with painting in the eyes to receive more luck and stuff. Yeah, I love this video. Thank you very much, Live Where I'm From channel, for giving me so much knowledge and this nice footage. It was really nice. I have to subscribe to this channel. Gonna react some more if he has more stuff on it. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed this as well. I'm going just to search for a different image to leave it on. Wait a second. So yeah, the lights, this is nice. So I hope you enjoyed my reaction, and as the guy said as well, what are your traditions? What are you doing during Christmas and New Year's Eve and New Year? Is there something I didn't mention? Especially also other Germans watching here. What are you doing during these times? And if you're from some entirely different place, tell me as well. I'm really interested. I love learning about different cultures, and this certainly is a different culture, but I love so much about it. This is really nice. The lights. Yeah, as I said, I hope you enjoyed it, and that's it for now. Hope to see you next time. Leave a like, comment, and subscription down below, and have a nice time. Until then, mata ne!